Greetings and welcome to practice. All right, so we're gonna have a little midday quickie here in a good way, and we're gonna start standing. So this will be a moon time friendly flow, and just kind of tapping into where things are at right now as we move towards the peak of summer here. Yet we've got the gray of the fog or cover of ashes from Canada. I don't know. Life continues to be crazy and unpredictable, and so our work is to find center and steadiness in our body minds, in our lives, and thereby have that anchor to hold on to as we dance with all the rest. So let's get our dancing bodies warmed up. Actually, let's bring the feet strong on the earth. And at first, just root down into your feet. Lift up through the heart. Exhale the arms free. Inhale, stretch the arms to sky. Lift the heart and exhale and center and focus in here and now, present in the body. Follow your inhale back to the sky and exhale to center and focus in. Maybe there's a lot of tension or busyness in your body, or just because it feels good, you could bring the hands to the crown of the head and let them split, and then just flow the hands down the body, actually making contact with yourself, like you're just giving yourself a little prana bath or a little wash, clearing away any stickiness, heaviness, tension, welcoming the sky into the body, welcoming the breath to make space and softness where maybe there was holding or tension. And we just gather up this breath, this moment, this remembrance of ourselves able to breathe, able to stand, having a place to be, and technology, and all the things we might take for granted that if we actually paid attention to, we might go, wow, what a fortunate being I am. So maybe pause with hands together at the heart or holding your heart and belly in a way that feels good for you. Feel the breath lift your heart and breathe into whatever lights you up today, whatever inspires a feeling of gratitude, wonder, appreciation, joy, peace, awe, wonder for you. Breathe into it. And let's bring the big toes to touch. Slide the hands down to the thighs above the knees. Have the heels apart a couple inches here. We're just going to take some nice circles through the body. Feel your feet strong on the earth. Spread those toes wide and then root down, hugging the earth a bit with your toes. You're lifting that earth energy up. Arches are lifted. Strong four corners of your feet. And pulling earth energy up. Watery fluid energy up. Strong feet, fluid ankles, fluid knees, and switch directions. And then we'll start from that same shape on the knees there. Push into the thighs and pull your navel back, pull your low ribs back, look in towards your heart and roll on up. Inhale as you lift the heart to the sky, shoulders on the back, and bend back into the knees, seat down and back. Exhale, press into the thighs above the knees, lift the navel, roll on up, breathing wherever sensation arises. Inhale, open heart, chest out, seat back. Exhale, press in, navel back, and roll on up. Let your breath lead here. Waves of breath, waves of spine. Two more. Take your time. As you come back up, let's bring hands to hips and step the feet now outer hip width. Press your hips way out to one side as you side bend to the other, and then press the hips forward as you lift the heart, lengthen up out of the waist. Hips way out to the other side, and then back, long spine, heart forward. Big breaths, big circles. Maybe next time you get to the back, let's switch directions. And spiral yourself on back to center. Let's see about just articulating the ribs over the hips here, like a little belly dancer move, looking to draw circles of ribs over the hips. A little washing for the diaphragm. As inspired, switch directions. It's okay if you can't quite get this yet either. It is a tricky little articulation there, but even attempting it can be beneficial, like all the things. And take your time. When you're even there, let's come back to center. Roll the shoulders, roll your mouth. Wow, wow, wow. And let's switch directions. Let's hone in on the scapula a bit more here. Fingertips to the shoulders and elbows, drawing big, big circles here. Knees are soft, feet are strong. You could even body roll with that if you're feeling it. Just really get the scapula free a bit, and your wings free. As inspired, switch directions. And we're going to go big. Let's start building some energy here, if you will. So we're going to inhale, arms up. Exhale the arms down. So that's just kind of big. You could say that mellow if you like, or you can do it much faster. Inhale up. Exhale down. You might breathe in the nose, out the mouth. Again, you can bounce your knees with that if you like. As inspired, switch directions. Please stay with that if you like, or let's play with a little clap forward and back. And you may not be able to get that back clap right away. That's also okay. Just see what you can get. And let's clap back and clasp. Interlace the hands. You might push your sacrum down with the interlace of the hands first. Use that rooting down to bounce your heart to the sky and then press into the sacrum to squeeze the elbows and scapula onto the back as much as you can. And big breaths as you lift, lift, lift your heart up. Follow any inhale to pull the hands down. Continue lifting heart by squeezing the scapula together. Find any breathful edge of back bend. If that starts to dump into the low back a lot, you might bend the knees slightly and spin the inner thighs back. Lengthen tailbone down, and again, lift the navel, lift the low ribs, lengthen up out of the waist, lift your heart to the sky, and long back of the neck. So you might take a little Jalandhara Bandha here and dip the chin and slide the upper palate back and breathe. Big inhale, one more. Exhale, just come to neutral. You can roll that out, shake it out as you like. Everything nice and fluid there. And then let's take the left arm around the back, hold that hand, and work that forearm into the back body. Use the hold of that hand to keep drawing it over, and the forearm in the lower back to lift the heart. Pull that left shoulder down away from the ear and lean your head over to the right ear to the right shoulder, or the side that you're clasping the hands on. Again, soft mouth. So any nice weird sounds there to let go of any tension. Or whatever you got in there. Tends to be a spot we hold stuff. You might give a little nod there, a little roll, a little smile. Stay with that as you like. Or unwind. Again, nice fluid movements. Feel into all that space you're making. And a reset. Second side, we'll swoop that right arm around. Hold the left hand. Work that forearm into the lumbar spine. Use that to help lift up out of it. Lift the heart. And then that hold of the hand, pulling a little bit. Right shoulder draws down away from the ear as the left ear comes towards the clasped hand. And soft mouth, big breaths into any little micro movements here. We'll go from sides of the neck open and to side body open. If you'd like to, you could start with the hands on the sides. They could be pressed flat or like fists at your sides, actually fists, and then pull up like you're peeling one side of the body open as you reach and brace down with the other arm. And you could just pull up into the armpit, stretch out through that elbow, or if it feels good for you, you can reach all the way over. Take a big inhale into that stretch. As you exhale, lift your arches, your pelvic floor, your navel to come up. And second side, again, maybe with the fist, peeling up as you brace and press into the other leg. Pull up into that armpit, reach up through the elbow, maybe reach all the way overhead. And big inhale, stretch that side body. And follow your exhale again to lift from the floor, from the deep core, and over to the other side. And we'll just follow the breath here. Inhale, a big stretch. Exhale and transition. Let your breath lead. Inhale, a big stretch. Exhale, transition. One more each side. And back to center. Wow. All right, let's step the feet wide here. We're going to work this way on the mat pretty much most or all of this practice. So if you haven't, you might turn your mat this way or just listen carefully. So, feet as wide as you're comfortable standing. Ideally, ultimately, your ankles are going to be under your wrists with the arms straight out. That may not feel like a secure place to be today. You're welcome to step narrower. And for now, you can relax the arms down, turn the heels in, and the toes out. So the toes are pointing out towards the outside corners of the mat or thereabouts. And then we'll bring the hands to the upper inner thighs. As you bend into the knees, press the thighs wide and really see that the middle knees and the middle toes are pointing the same way. Come on back up. Adjust if you need to the placement of your legs or feet to have the knees and toes pointing the same way as you come down. As you press the thighs wide, keep your spine tall and take your time. You'll move with the breath. Could even be a couple breaths on each descent as needed to be really present with that alignment and opening and tall spine. And take your time once again. Let's come all the way down this time. Bring the hands to the thighs above the knees with the fingers pointing down. And then press the thighs wide as you move your seat back and your heart forward. Inhale here and lengthen out. And we're just going to put a nice little twist on this. Press that left thigh away as you gently pull the navel back. If you're on your moon cycle, just really gentle here. You don't have to go as deep as you usually do, but it can be a nice low back release, which is often tender at moon time. And I know if you're a mooner, you know that. And other side. And just follow your breath. We're going to go twice more each side. This is always breath practice as much or even more than anything else. So really slow and kind with yourself. Oh, I just got a little chiropractic moment there. So I'm going to go ahead and go one more time. If that's right for you, go for it. But clunk, clunk, clunk. Feels good to feel everything going hopefully into place there. And then come back up when you're done. Let's parallel the feet now and hug the earth with the feet. So all four corners and all toes are active and the arches are lifted. And then actively pull the feet towards one another so the inner thighs are strong. But give a little bounce to the knees. Make sure not to lock the knees out here. Squeeze to center. Shoulder blades hug together on the back. All the musculature lifts up and into center. And big breaths here. If it gets tiring on the shoulders, you can reach the arms up, let the shoulders descend. Actually, that just feels nice and comfortable. Stay where it feels good for you, like there's some work, but there's ease. Couple more big breaths here. Breathe into your intention again, that which lights you up inside as we move towards the height of the light of the year. What are you shining out here? What do you want to have as your offering of energy, presence, self-expression? Breathe into that. Big inhale. Bend the right knee and pivot the toes to the right. Sink into that front knee. If you'd like, you could give the hands a break here. Hands could come to the hips. And again, just check out that middle knee, middle toes in alignment. The back foot is still parallel and you're hugging the earth. That back arch is lifted and the outside of the foot is really rooted. Here again, you can play with bending and straightening that knee and just make sure middle knee and middle toes are right in alignment. If the knee is coming forward of the ankle, you could step a little longer. You can use the hand to press wide there and really give a little smiling breath into those adductors as they get some opening. Feel free to stay and play with that, or arms up Squeeze the shoulders on the back. And let's play here. Reach, keep the legs very strong now. And reach back and forward with the breath. Waves of breath, waves of spine. Like you're just anchored in the lower body, and the upper body is just riding the waves. And the arms here could get really fancy dancy. They could make like waves. It could be just little movements. As much as you can, keep that front thigh moving towards parallel with the floor. And next time that you pull back, let's pull all the way back and bring that back hand down the back leg. Push into the leg and pull that front hand up out of the waist. Breathe into the bottom tip of that right lung, front knee deep and wide. Lift your heart to the sky. Big inhale. Feel your feet. As you exhale, lift from that deep core. Bring the elbow to the front thigh. Press in and roll those bottom ribs, face chest to the sky. Bend that front knee deeply and reach from the outside anchor of that back foot through your fingertips. Long, long side body stretch there. Bottom hand could come to the earth if you would like, or block, or stay floating. Deep full breaths, a few more. Inhale as you exhale, pull up from that top hand, straighten the front leg. Inhale, it's parallel the feet. Hug to center and shine out. Feel the difference in the sides, all those areas of warmth and opening that you found. Hug that energy up into your heart. Pure, bright sunlight, heart light shining out through the body mind, out into the world. Big inhale. Follow your next exhale. Pivot the left foot. Again, you could pause, hands to hips as you like, and just make sure the middle knee and middle toes are in alignment. Maybe the leg step longer, maybe you bend the knees deeper. See if you could find that front thigh moving towards parallel with the earth. And we'll just pulse that a bit to warm up into it. So you can bend and straighten that knee as maybe use that left hand to press the thigh wide as you pulse in and out of this. Stay with that as you like, warming up into that, or when you're ready, sink in. Make the feet strong, legs strong, core strong, like you're trying to pull the legs together, and make sure the back knee is soft. Squeeze those shoulders on the back, and again, fluid upper body. Follow a breath to reach forward, and the other part of the breath to reach back. And play with that again as you like. Fluidity through the fingers, the wrists, your spine, all the way up through your neck. Continue to play with that dance as you like, or pull that back hand way, way back, and then down that back leg. Push into the leg, lift up out of the waist. Front knee stays deep and wide. Pull that front hand up out of the hip. And deep full breaths here. Big inhale, feel your feet. Follow an exhale to lift up, reach forward. That top hand could be on the hip at first. Press into that bottom thigh, roll, face, chest, ribs open to sky. Shoulders down the back, lift your heart. Keep anchoring that back foot and stretch the top fingers from there, creating a long, dynamic line of energy there. Big breaths. Couple more breaths. Exhale, feel your feet come up. Parallel feet. Hug in, shine out, superstar. Big breaths. Full body yes. Breathe that yes. Breathe your intention here. Imagine all this heat and energy becoming that yes. Your healing, your strength, your offering, your shine, your full blossoming into this world. Big and bright. One more great big inhale here. As you exhale, bend that right knee and pivot, warrior two. Sink in. Inhale, pull back, dancing warrior. Exhale, side angle. Inhale and stretch it out. Follow your exhale to transition. Inhale, dancing warrior. Exhale, transition, side angle. Inhale to pose and exhale to transition. Two more pulsations between the two shapes. And next time you come into dancing warrior, straighten that front leg, hug your feet to the earth, lift your arches, inhale as you pull up out of that front hip flexor. Exhale, lift from deep core, come up and look forward of those front toes. Look as far forward as you can and reach, reach, reach. You gotta see it to get there. And then fingertips down to shin block or earth and lay on back from the top shoulder. Trikonasana, triangle pose. Lengthen the spine out here as much as you can. Pull the ribs neutral. Lengthen out. That top arm could reach past the bottom foot, and you could let the bottom ear drop down. Roll everything around there for a nice neck, shoulder release. Or you could play with the arm vinyasa, getting the side body stretch, the heart opening, and a little neck, shoulder release. Play with any of that as you like. Classical triangle. Or you could reach both arms forward for lots of core work. It's a moon day for me. I'm not going to do that, but you can. Deep breaths here in the sacred geometry of a pose. Breathing in your yes, shining out your yes. Last three breaths. Big inhale, feel your feet. Exhale again, lift from that deep core through warrior two. Inhale. Exhale, let's turn heels in, toes out, cross over, sink in, Devyasana. Inhale, shine out, superstar. Hug in, big breath. One more great inhale. Follow your next exhale to bend that knee and pivot. Second side, warrior two. Take your time to set it up and find your alignment. When you're ready, we're going to dance between dancing warrior. Big inhale as you pull back and open. Exhale as you transition. Inhale the side angle. Exhale the transition. Let your breath lead or pause wherever you need to get breathful. We've got 3 more sets. And take your time moving through. Next time you come into the dancing warrior, stretch that front leg straight. Pull up out of that hip. Take a breath or two there. Feel into that lateral side, also known as side length. Big breath. Inhale as you exhale, feel your feet. Lift those arches, pelvic floor, navel. Look forward of those front toes and reach forward as far as you can. Long, long spine. And then fingertips down to shin, block, or earth. Again, reach through the head, level out the ribs, lift the heart, top arm to sky. You look up at that top hand, straight ahead. Or if you like, reach that top arm back, bottom ear drops heavy to the shoulder, and any of the little rotations there as you breathe in neck. Stay with that, or big arm vinyasa, getting that side body stretch, heart opening, neck, shoulder opening. Maybe both arms reach forward for that core work, if that's right for you today. Any variations here that are breathful, few more breaths. Big inhale, feel your feet. Breathe that triangle. As you exhale, pull up from deep core, warrior two. Inhale as you exhale, heels in, toes out, cross the arms over, and sink in, Devyasana. Inhale, superstar, shine those arms out, feet parallel. Exhale, arms down, clasp the hands behind you or hook, or just press into sacrum. Squeeze the shoulders on the back, lift your heart, lift those arches, pelvic floor, navel. Find any breathful edge of back bend. Stay with that, or lead with the heart as you spin the thighs back and bow in, coming forward. If you are in your moon, you may not want to stay long in the forward fold. Otherwise, some days this wide leg forward fold is just a dream to let go of things in. So please feel free to stay in the wide-legged forward fold, or step together and come down to the earth for child's pose whenever you feel complete there. Breathful wherever you're at. Feel the breath into the resistant or sensational areas. Once you get to child's pose, we're going to use this as a grounding place. So if there's sharp knee pain, get out. Put a blanket under your knees or behind your knees, or maybe lay on your back instead, or stay in a forward fold of some sort with the knees straight or straighter. Forehead rests on earth, your hands or props. You could bring your hands to your lower back, especially if there is lower back tenderness. You could hold one wrist with the other hand. And simply breathful as you come back to earth in the way that's right for you.
You could stay with that simple breathfulness or add Brahmari or bees breath, like the end of the Om, an NG vibration with the lips slightly parted. And usually we'll really lift pelvic floor and navel for this, but if it is a moon cycle day for you, then not so much. We don't do that so much. You still might lift the tip of the tongue and eyes to third eye center to encourage energy upwards. And it's not required. So just see what feels good for you with the bees breath. We've got a few more long breaths here with any variations that are right for you.
Please stay as you like, or follow any breath to drape up slowly. And you could sit in Virasana as I am, on your knees and on or between the heels. You could be on a prop or not, or you could sit cross-legged if that feels better. I'm just going to invite you into a very gentle twist here. So we're going to bring the left hand over to the right knee or outside the knee or thigh, and the right hand behind you. It could root into the earth, or it could reach around to your other side and give a little pull there. Root down, lift tall with your inhale. And as you exhale, just a gentle squeeze. Look back with your eyes and your head. Be where you're breathful. Take your time. Please stay there as you like, or unwind. We'll bring the right hand across, left forearm behind the back. Again, maybe holding there or just pressing, or holding the earth behind you if it's accessible. Use the inhale to lift long, long spine all the way through the neck. And the exhale to just gently squeeze and look behind you with your head and eyes. Stay as you like, unwind as you like, and let's come to sit with the legs extended out in front of you. So Dandasana, or a Staff of Life pose here. Actively draw the toes back. If sitting in this way makes the pelvis roll back, please come to sit on the edge of a cushion or blanket or blocks, and you might move, the flesh of the sit bones back behind you. Spin your inseams towards the earth so that you can really get thighs out, back, and away. And I think I got the hiccups. And the pelvic floor, pelvic bowl rolling forward. Hands could come behind you. Knees could bend if you need. Dig the heels in and give a little pull on the heels to help that forward movement of the pelvis. Hands could come right next to the hips, rolling the shoulders on the back with the fingers turned out to the sides. Actively draw the toes back as evenly as you can. Root down to rise up. Lift your heart. Long back of the neck. Breathe here. Now, Dandasana can look deceptively simple, like we're just sitting here, but really want every muscle of the body engaged, soft face and soft top of the shoulders, but everything else is pretty engaged to find opening and strength. So you could simply stay here, or I'm going to give you some options. One of them is going to be to open the heart a little more into Purvottanasana. In Purvottanasana, it is classically taught with the fingers pointing towards the shoulders, towards the seat, with your hands as wide as the shoulders. Spread the fingers wide and claw the earth always to protect your wrists, and hug the legs together. Squeeze shoulders, lift your heart. This could be a new edge. You could stay right there. Or claw those fingers, squeeze your glutes, point the toes, squeeze the shoulders, lift your heart and breathe. You could stay here, front body bright, or you could come right back down to Dandasana, maybe roll things out and rest, or inhale arms up and counter pose, come into a forward fold. As always in the forward fold, you could follow an inhale to come up. I like to make like an ocean breath here and draw the wave of breath up the body and then crest forward with the exhale as you bow back in. You could continue moving with the waves of breath, or at any point you could pause in that forward fold if you would like to. It can feel really good if you've got a bolster or a blanket or some such thing, or pile of pillows. Pull that into your belly and give it a little pressure there. This can help with digestive stuff or moontime cramps. So let's see what feels good for you. What's supportive? What's breathful? Do you want to flow or rest? You want to practice that strong seat? You want to play with the lifting up into the open heart again? Just bow into the pose, support yourself, breathe, relax the neck and the shoulders and your jaw. Keep a little bit of activity in the legs and the core. Unless you're on your moon and you've got a little pressure into the belly with the pillow, then don't worry about the core here. The core can just help us move further forward in our folds. And some days are just for softening a little more, maybe. This is one of those days. You can stay in that fold just as you are, as long as you like. Or you could bring it a little more into the hips and the side lower back by pulling one foot in towards the heel, towards your center with the knee bend. Lift and spiral. You could still keep that bolster if you'd like on the extended leg and bow in or remove it as you like. And just breathe here or wherever sensation is arising for you, maybe pulsing if it's too much. Support the knee if there's any sharp knee pain. Often that looks like supporting the shin, so the ankle can be straight and strong. It helps keep the knee in alignment. And then it doesn't try to take the stretch for your hip. Big inhale, stretch it out. And the exhale, drape on up. And if you're doing that Janu Shirshasana, switch the legs. Lift and spiral towards that extended leg. Lengthen out over the leg. Reach through the heart. Notice when the head tries to take over and give your head a place to rest. Pulse in and out, or just find a place where there's a balance of effort and ease, where there's sensation, but you're not forcing or striving. Keep that bit of engagement in the legs, maybe the core, and then melt whatever you can. Breathe and melt as you bow into yourself and really honor your body and the preciousness of taking pause, maybe even how difficult it is to pause. See if you can slow everything down for a bit here. Lengthen your exhales out. And please feel free to come out when you feel complete there. Maybe you come back to a symmetrical fold. That could be feet together, knees wide, or just legs straight out. Please stay as you like, listening to your body. A little effort in the core and the legs. And then again, softening. This could be your resting place. Maybe roll up to sit or through to recline at any point. Moving slowly with breath awareness again and present with your body, compassionate awareness. Maybe you can still sense that brightness, the opening of your practice, as well as a spaciousness and calm from the forward folds and the lengthening out of the breath. Either way, just take a moment to observe and note how you've shifted your physiology, the energy that's present, and intentionally direct that energy to your yes, your shine. Long, slow, deep breaths. It can help to count the breaths if the mind is busy. Or if you are feeling pretty calm here, you could just release any efforting and rest in spacious awareness. As always, I encourage you to stay in meditation or resting as long as you're able. When you're ready to come back into your day, let it be the breath that leads you back. First, notice your breath. Invite the breath to deepen. And draw the breath into your heart. Breathe and repeat your heart's yes, your intention. And let the breath and your yes be so bright and full that it just moves you. You don't have to wonder what's next. Sense that quiet wisdom of the breath, knowing of the life force that only arises in the relative stillness and quiet. Thank you, body. Thank you, self. Thank you, community of practice, near and far through all space and time. Thank you. May your heart be light. May your smile be easy. Thanks for practicing with me. I wish you a wonderful day.